Welcome to Neurographica podcast, the number one podcast dedicated to all things Neurographica. I'm Anna Morrallee, your certified Neurographica instructor, here to guide you through powerful insights, the latest updates, and meaningful conversations with leading Neurographica experts from around the world. This is the art of transformation. Check the episode notes to claim your bonus, and let's begin. Hi, and welcome to Neurographica podcast. This is your host, Anna Morrallee, and today we are going to talk about mind shifting and Neurographica combination. I have a very special guest here, Clare, who is a Neurographica specialist and life coach. Hi, Clare.
Hi, pleased to meet you. Good to join you today.
You're very welcome here today. Could you just tell us more a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so I graduated through yourself as a neurographica specialist in November, and I'm also a Mind Valley certified life coach and a mind shift practitioner. So I help women with their life transitions, such as relocation, retirement, divorce, empty nesters, in their mindset, in the non-financial aspects of their big life transitions.
Okay, that sounds very useful, and I am very keen to find out how you are combining the different practices. And let's start with simple things. We are a Neurographica podcast. I'd like to know what's your understanding of Neurographica method is, and then we'd go into the mind shifting after that.
Okay. So yeah, so neurographica for me is drawing with intent, and so I find it an amazing technique for visualizing, imagining, used in meditation practices to really get clear on the outcome that you want to achieve, and it allows you to tap into your thoughts and ideas and inspiration that uh, you are sort of unconsciously aware of, and to bring those out into the world, and then through the neurographica practice you sort of become consciously aware of it, and then you can um, decide how to take those ideas and inspirations forward to achieve your goals, and or to clear your problems, and to move forward in life. So it's drawing with intent, or drawing with purpose, is how I would describe Neurographica, and for me, it's a highly therapeutic
Yeah.
process.
Okay, thank you, Claire. That was actually a really wonderful description of Neurographica method. And tell us more about mind shifting. Tell us in the way that for people who've never even heard about the word mind shifting.
Yeah. So mind shifting was created by a guy called Stevie Kent, and mind shifting sort of helps you to release your emotional attachment to a situation, a problem, or a challenge. And so by doing so, it allows you to see the problem from a neutral perspective. So there's no harsh judgment on that. And this allows you to come up with practical solutions and to create a plan of action that helps you navigate the situation. So that's how I see mind shifting, um, and the practice that it.
Can I just ask, what are the mechanics of mind shifting? What is this? Is it talking? Is it visualizing? Is it something
So
else?
it's yeah. So where it comes into, or where it combines so nicely with Neurographica, is the self-reflection, because
Okay.
it's not a talking therapy. It's a very much a we sort of ask specific questions in a specific way, and the receiver of the questions sort of can answer through how they are feeling, what they are noticing, what
Hmm.
visions or images come up. So it explores all their senses in order to for them to really take in the situation.
And how long does it normally take to go through the mind shifting practice?
So results can vary. It can take an hour, but depending on the complexity of the problem that somebody is facing, it can
Hmm.
take as little as 5 or 10 minutes. Um, we just have to go through the process once sometimes for a very simple problem, and the my clients tend to find an answer within um, within the first 5-10 minutes.
Hmm.
But sometimes another problem comes up, or a different situation comes up that they also want uh, at, wants sort of to try and solve, or to try and come up with a solution, or make a plan for. And so yeah, so a session can last anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour, but we can work on a number of different problems within that time frame, depending on how quickly the client finds a solution to each situation.
Okay, that's interesting. And you mentioned that mind shifting works well with Neurographica. In what sort of way do you combine it? Do you kind of do it before Neurographica, during Neurographica session, after, or does it depend?
No, I always do the mind shifting first, because the mind shifting unblocks those limiting beliefs, or those negative self-talk, or the problems. And so we clear those layer by layer first, and then I use the Neurographica as the intention setting and the visualizing the future, and making a plan of action um, for the future, with the new mindset that they've acquired after the mind shifting session. So it's usually a 3 hour session. The first hour is concentrating on mind shifting, and the next 2 hours is concentrated on the Neurographica drawing, and taking them to a place where they can map out the future, or create their intentions, or their new visualization, or visualize or imagine their um, intention of where they really want the situation to be like.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. That is an intriguing combination, and I love when things work well together. I think Neurographica is popular for one of those reasons, that so many practitioners find it quite natural to fit it into the existing practice, or once they are trained in Neurographica, they tend to find that you can add other modalities on top of it quite nicely, because it brings that visual aspect to the coaching or self-coaching or workshop. And then you can, dress it with other things like mind shifting or meditation or journaling, and all of it kind of works together in a very beautiful way. So thank you for introducing us to kind of the mind shifting concept. Have you got maybe favorite algorithms, or the algorithms that you found that work best in combination between Neurographic and mind shifting?
Yeah, I mean, mind shifting is great in that you can do it on yourself. Like Neurographica, you can just sit there on it. You don't need a coach, but you can also do it as a group, or a workshop, or as a coach, you can do one-to-ones. And so that's why it does combine perfectly with Neurographica, because of the different algorithms that you can use on a one-to-one basis, or a group coaching, or a workshop.
Yeah.
And um, but I find, for example, SCORE is an amazing one to really help clients get clear on their plans, on their goals for the future. So there is a mind shifting al not called algorithm, but there's a mind shifting process specifically for goal setting, and then combine that with score, which takes people from their symptoms and causes through to their desired outcome, the resources they have available to them, and the effect. That is a beautiful combination and works really well for people. So as does the quality of life algorithm, where we're using a timeline to set smart goals. That combines perfectly with mind shifting, enabling people to really get a plan of action with a timeline for achieving that plan in place. My clients have found both those really, really helpful algorithms for goal setting.
Okay, thank you. Well, I want to talk about timeline a little bit more, if you don't mind. I think um, there is not enough information available out there about the practical side of Neurographica, and a lot of practices and drawings and workshops sort of created around spiritual topics or different concepts, let's say femininity or abundance, gratitude, forgiveness, etc. But we do have a very practical application within Neurographic as well for those people who have goals and they're time orientated. And could you just tell us more about the timeline experience in Neurographica, and how often do you use it, and what do you think about timelines in Neurographica?
Well, I love them because a lot of my clients work through timelines with regard to their transition, if they're looking to relocate or if they're looking to retire. They sort of have a plan of even up to 5 years of when they need to do certain things by. And I'm talking like the non-financial things. It might be relocating to be a carer for their elderly parents, or relocating to be a carer, to help look after the grandchildren, for
Yeah.
example. And so the quality of life algorithm is absolutely amazing for that, because it takes them through sort of their finances, it takes them through their um, education, because they might be looking to retire, but they might not have the funds available to retire. And so they might be so we can sort of look through downsizing, releasing some funds. We can talk about maybe moving to a side hustle or part-time work or other job opportunities within um, their new location. And we can also look at sort of their education and expanding on their education or their knowledge and their learnings. So all that, and I think the quality of life also looks at recognition, which I haven't touched on, but it's also about influencing or networking and expanding their presence in the community. And so the quality of life really takes on those four strands and helps the client visualize um, the small steps they need to take to progress in the timeline that they are looking to, say, retire in or relocate in, to make plans for retirement. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah, that's great. And I just want to kind of I guess add a little bit about timelines, is that when we talk timeline, this is literally a line that has time on it. And then there are different algorithms with the timeline, and both we just discussed. First, score. Sometimes we draw a timeline there, whereas a neurographic line, and we determine the now moment where we are right now in the moment, and we can look at our past, so what happened in the past. Usually, our cause or symptom usually is in the present, but cause is usually in the past. And then objective, something that you're trying to achieve, would be in the future. And this is an opportunity to put a date on it, because it's very difficult to achieve anything without having an idea when you want to get it. It's like, oh, I want to be rich one day, or I want to relocate to a different country one day. And this good saying that we have, that tomorrow never comes. It's like when you don't have that when is that someday is happening, the someday is going to be forever in the future. If you don't put the date on it, say, no, I am relocating in 2028, or I am retiring in 2013 or 30, because that kind of has some substance to it, and that's why we work with timelines. And the same with quality of life. It's actually like a math graph. We have a line that goes up, and then you put as much detail on that line as you can. You can put every month of the year, you can put 5-year spread, like 25, 26, 27, 28, and then have like your key events sitting on that timeline, so you can have that visual process, seeing when things are happening in the future in a very much black and white representative way. So just for those who are listening and you've never done any sort of drawing that has that timeline substance in it, I would definitely recommend you to give it a go, because it has a very different feel to it in comparison to something that is a little bit less attainable or measurable, like femininity. What can you do? You could experience the energy, but you can't put the date on it. Whereas this one can be very helpful in giving you focus and deadlines and something to work with. So Claire explained quite well in this sort of retirement or relocation, that for things to happen, you've got to have those key milestones, well, first acknowledged, and then decide when is that going to happen realistically for you.
And that's the beauty of Neurographica, is that that because of the variety of algorithms, that you can have practical applications for it, as well as more abstract sort of visualization, imagination techniques for reaffirming your wishes and your desires. But then you have these practical applications which you can really dig deep down into these small actions, measurable actions that you need to take to get to the end goal. So that's why I absolutely love Neurographica, using Neurographica with my clients as well, because at the end of it they have this big map or this big diagram that is personal to them. Nobody else even needs to know what every single milestone is or anything, but they can look at it and they can make sense of it, and they know exactly what they need to do next to get the outcome that they want.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. It is indeed unique when you draw your life, and even the goal setting or planning can be quite dry and boring for people, putting things in digital calendar, and it's all sorts of, square boxes with a bit of text written on it. But when you do it in the way that we do it with Neurographica, and you put color in it and line, it still looks like an artwork. And like you say, it would be absolutely unique to you, because that you have made it. It's going to be only your events and your drawings and your colors and your emotions attached to it. And it certainly turns that process of planning into a creative process and an enjoyable process. I don't think I've ever particularly enjoyed planning in my life before I had Neurographica, because I always found calendars are very restricting. Kind of it felt sort of even if you plan a holiday a year in advance, it always felt a bit trapped because I was like, wow, I can't do anything else now. But I don't know, putting it in a beautiful shape, and infusing it with some like colors and emotions in the process is certainly making the difference in the way that I look at planning. And I guess it could help clients and yourself just to feel a bit more excited about upcoming change because it kind of develops in front of your eyes before it even happens. And it's like building that neuronal connection. It's like, okay, well, I am going to be okay when I'm going to that next phase of life because, well, I've already seen it happen right in front of my eyes. I just drew it, I just
Yeah.
made it happen.
And I think also because of the specific way that you use the algorithm in SCORE, for example, when you're setting goals, normally you don't look at all the resources around you. But when you're drawing SCORE, because of there's a specific area that says resources, what resources are there available to you? What resources can you draw from? You really look at that, and that puts your mind at ease because you know that you have the resources available, or you can get
Mhm.
the resources to be able to put your plan of action in place. So I think that's a real peace of mind thing. Whereas when you draw just a this a goal, you do goal setting and you're just like, this is where I want to be, and how am I going to get there? Then quite often I think your mind takes over and you get a bit stuck because you think, do I have? How do I get there? How am I going to get there? But you specifically looking at the resources in SCORE, for example, and you are then pulling. Hello, cat. Hello, kitty cat.
No.
You're specifically pulling pulling the resources out of yourself and getting them down on the drawing. So
I just had to address for those who are listening to us, we just had a cat walking
yes,
across the table. That's why I
my
said
cat,
hello.
my, my,
Oh,
my
she's back
cat's
again.
my cat's
And
decided to make an appearance.
what's her name?
He's called Tigger. It's a he, and it's Tigger.
Oh, it's a he, it's a
It-
Tigger.
It's a Tigger, and
Uh,
he
There
gets
is
very jealous
definitely
when I'm
this
talking to
thing
people.
about Neurographica, and I've seen it so many times that cats really love it. They tend to be around where you talk about Neurographica, draw Neurographica. They seem to be enjoying the energy of the
Yeah,
practice. So I'm quite happy that we have a little
my cat.
uh, totem animal almost that appearing in our session, and he's the star of our show now as well. I think we should give him some credit. Credit to the cat Tigger, lighten
Mm.
up the mood. Um, Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for like talking more about score and the process. And I think again, most of the things that we work with in Neurographica, it does bring together bigger picture. We're not just saying, okay, we're going from A to B, we're retiring in 27, and then there's this big gap between now and then. We are talking about resources, and we also try to decide, well, why is it important for us, isn't it, talking about effects? So we do bring kind of that holistic approach to the situation where it's not just about what you want to do and where you want to be, but it's about why as well. Like, because if there isn't a real why behind something that you do, then it's very unlikely that the execution will ever take place because the roots of the whatever goal hasn't got the the strength to anchor and flourish into something very long term. So I think that's where kind of coaching comes in and where you could really ask questions and find out, is it really what the person wants and do they want it for the right reasons? It's like, do they want to relocate or retire because they're just bored? Or is it like just a little bit of escapism, isn't it? Sometimes it's just people like, oh, I just don't want to deal with what I'm dealing now, so I'm gonna do something else. And but then avoiding the problem is not always the best solution. So we do try to find the good anchor for our goals as well. So Claire, to kind of, I guess, finalize our session today and podcast episode, tell us what's your goals and plans in Neurographica in the near future. What are you planning to do?
So I am moving from sort of one-to-one coaching through Neurographica to a membership site for
Okay.
retirees to be. So that's going to encompass a monthly neuro art using the Neurographica methods. So it's going to encompass a monthly neuro art session, a weekly journaling session, and mind shifting and a sistership circle. So I'm starting that up in July, and I'm also joining a instructor's course in November for Neurographica because
Right.
I've just seen that it's such a powerful practice. So so I'm really excited about continuing with. I'm part of Team NG, which we haven't really touched on in this in your episode this week. But it's a team of Neurographica specialists working under yourself, Anna, that do monthly workshops.
Yeah.
So I'll be continuing that for the rest of the year, starting my instructor's course and opening up at the membership site for retirees to be where I'll be combining neuro art and coaching in a membership group environment to foster a safe, creative space for retirees to be to explore further.
Okay, that sounds really interesting. What we're going to do, we're going to leave a link to your website and that membership in the notes in the podcast. So for those who are interested to check out Claire's work, and if you are retiring and that something that sounds like an interesting venture to join or have in a community, then obviously you are more than welcome to give it a go and have a look what it is all about, and get in touch with Claire if you want to have a conversation with her. She's very approachable and friendly, and she'll find time for you to answer your questions if you have any. So I want to say thank you so much for joining us today in our podcast. Thank you
You're
so
very
much.
welcome.
You've been a
Thank you
brilliant
for having me.
guest. You're
It's
very
been a pleasure.
welcome. You're very welcome. And just a few final words for the audience who are watching or listening.
Yeah, so I guess I would say that if you have just seen a little bit about Neurographica, but you're not fully aware of everything that Neurographica can offer you, but you like the process, do come and explore more with us at Team NG because we do have monthly workshops, and we would love to see you there. And you do get to see a lot of different algorithms that aren't always covered in the basics through ourselves. And yeah, so I really hope that you do explore Neurographica just as its potential, not just for art and drawing, but the mindset that goes with it and the potential for visualizing and imagining where you want to move forward in your life.
Awesome. Thank you, Claire. That were wise words. And yeah, of course, everybody's welcome to join our Team NG workshops. And just to let you know that we do have at least one free workshop every month. And that's your kind of safe way to explore Neurographica and also meet a few cool people who are presenting who are presenting those events and try different things every month. We wish you all the best, and until next time, goodbye.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening to the Neurographica podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with others who might benefit. Remember to claim your bonus in the episode notes. Until next time, keep creating and embracing the art of transformation. With gratitude, your host, Anna Morrallee.